Emily, I was thinking about what we learned earlier. Affect is an action and effect is a result. But you mentioned something tricky. Effect can also be a verb?
Yes, John, and this is where many learners get confused, but don't worry. I'll explain it in a very simple and practical way so you won't forget.
I'm ready. I want to understand this clearly because I don't want to make mistakes while speaking or writing in English.
Normally, we use effect as a noun, but in formal or advanced English, effect can also be used as a verb, which means to bring about or to cause something to happen.
Wait, so effect as a verb also means causing something? That sounds very similar to affect. How do we differentiate then?
Good question. The difference is subtle but important. Affect means to influence something, while effect as a verb means to create or produce something directly.
Can you give me a simple example? I think that will help me understand better.
Sure. Look at this sentence. The new policy will effect major changes in the system. Here, effect means to bring those changes into existence.
Oh, so it's not just influencing the changes, it is actually creating them.
Exactly. That's the key difference. Affect influences, but effect as a verb creates or brings something into reality.
Let me try to compare both. The teacher's words affected the students. That means the words influenced them emotionally or mentally.
Perfect. Now try using effect as a verb.
Okay, the teacher effected a positive change in the students. That means the teacher actually created that change.
Exactly right. That's an advanced level sentence, and you used it perfectly.
Let's try some daily life examples again. I think practice will make this stronger in my mind.
Great idea. Here's one. Stress affects your health.
So stress is influencing health, not directly creating something, so we use affects.
Correct. Now another one. The new law will effect improvements in public safety.
Here, the law is creating improvements, so we use effect as a verb. This is actually interesting.
Now, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make. Many people use effect when they should use affect.
Yes, like I did earlier, it's easy to get confused because both words sound similar.
Exactly. For example, people often say, this will effect your performance, but that's incorrect in most cases.
So the correct sentence should be, this will affect your performance because it is influencing performance, right?
Absolutely. That's the correct usage.
Emily, this is helpful for speaking, but what about exams like SSC or other competitive exams? Any special tips?
Yes, in exams, 90% of the time, affect will be used as a verb and effect as a noun. The verb form of effect is less common.
So if I'm confused in an exam, I should first check if it's an action or a result.
Exactly. That simple check will help you choose the correct word quickly.
I'm starting to feel more confident now, but I still feel like I need more practice to make this natural.
That's completely normal, John. Understanding is the first step, but practice makes it permanent.
So what's next? Are we going to practice more examples or something more challenging?
Yes, in the next part, we'll do rapid-fire examples, real conversation practice, and some tricky sentences that test your understanding.
That sounds exciting. I'm ready to challenge myself now.
Before we jump into practice, let's quickly revise. Affect is usually a verb meaning to influence, and effect is usually a noun meaning a result.
And sometimes effect can also be a verb meaning to create something, but that's more formal and less common.
Perfect recap, John. Now let's test your understanding with some quick and practical examples. I'll give you a sentence and you choose the correct word, affect or effect. Ready?
Ready, let's do this.
Sentence 1. Lack of exercise can blank your health.
That should be affect because exercise influences health.
Correct. Great start. Sentence 2. The new policy had a positive blank on the company.
That should be effect because we are talking about the result.
Excellent. You're getting the hang of it. Sentence 3. The movie deeply blank my emotions.
Emotions are being influenced, so it should be affected.
Absolutely right. That's a very common real-life example. Sentence 4. The medicine had an immediate blank on my headache.
That should be effect because it's the result of the medicine.
Perfect answer again. Now let's increase the difficulty a little. Sentence 5. The manager wants to blank changes in the workplace.
Wait, this feels tricky. Is it effect because the manager wants to create changes?
Exactly. This is the advanced use of effect as a verb. Very impressive.
Whoa, I actually got that right. I feel like I'm improving.
You are, and that confidence is very important when learning a language.
Let's try a real-life conversation. Suppose I'm talking to my friend about studies.
Good idea. Go ahead and try a sentence.
Watching too much TV affects my study time, and the effect is that I score lower marks.
That is a perfect sentence, John. You used both affect and effect correctly in one sentence.
Let me try another one. My teacher's guidance affected me positively, and the effect was better performance in exams.
Excellent. This is exactly how you should use these words in real life.
But Emily, sometimes when I speak fast, I still feel confused. My brain freezes for a second.
That happens to everyone. Here's a quick trick. Pause for a second and ask yourself, is this an action or a result?
So if it's an action, I choose affect, and if it's a result, I choose effect.
Exactly. That small pause can save you from making mistakes. Let me tell you a small story. A student was always stressed about exams. That stress affected his sleep.
So stress is influencing sleep, that's why we use affected.
Yes, and the effect of poor sleep was low energy during exams.
That's the result, so we use effect. This story makes it very clear.
See, learning becomes easier when you connect it with real-life situations and stories.
Yes, I feel like I'm not just memorizing, I'm actually understanding. But Emily, sometimes when I speak fast, both words sound almost the same.
Great point. Pronunciation and stress also matter, especially when speaking clearly.
Oh, that's something I really want to improve.
Perfect. In the next part, we'll focus on pronunciation, sentence building, and some advanced tips to make your English sound more natural.
Emily, I honestly didn't expect such a small topic to have so much depth. I feel much more confident now compared to when we started.
That's the beauty of learning English, John. Even small concepts can create a big difference in your communication when you truly understand them.
Yes, and I also realized something important. Mistakes are not bad. They actually help us learn faster when we correct them properly.
Absolutely. Every mistake is a step forward, especially when you learn the correct usage and practice it regularly. Before we end, let's do one final quick revision so everything becomes crystal clear in your mind.
Yes, let's do it. I want to make sure I never confuse these words again.
Affect is usually a verb, which means to influence or impact something.
And effect is usually a noun, which means the result or outcome of something.
Perfect. And remember, in rare and formal cases, effect can also be used as a verb, meaning to create or bring something into existence.
And the simple trick? A for action, E for end result. I think this trick will stay in my mind.
Exactly. Simple tricks make learning easier and faster. Now, as promised, let's learn 10 important vocabulary words from today's lesson to improve your English further.
Yes, this is my favorite part. Let's go.
Affect is a verb, to influence something. Example, lack of sleep affects your performance.
Effect is a noun, a result or outcome. Example, the effect of hard work is success.
Influence can be a verb or noun, the power to change something. Example, friends can influence your decisions.
Impact is a noun or verb, a strong effect. Example, social media has a big impact on youth.
Result is a noun, the outcome of an action. मेहनत का result हमेशा अच्छा होता है. Hard work always gives good results.
Outcome is a noun, final result. Example, the outcome of the match was surprising.
Create is a verb, to make something new. Example, good habits create a better future.
Improve is a verb, to make something better. Example, practice helps you improve your English.
Confuse is a verb, to make someone unsure. Example, similar words can confuse learners.
Understand is a verb, to know clearly. Example, I understand this concept now.
These words are really useful. I feel like I learned not just grammar, but also vocabulary that I can use in daily conversations. That's our goal at the Word Lab, to help you learn English in a simple, practical, and meaningful way.
Honestly, this didn't feel like studying. It felt like a friendly conversation, and I actually enjoyed learning.
And that's exactly how learning should feel: easy, engaging, and useful in real life.
If you enjoyed this lesson and learned something new today, don't forget to come back and practice more with us.
Yes, make English a part of your daily life. Even 10 to 15 minutes every day can create a big effect on your fluency.
Nice use of effect there.
Thank you, and you'll start using it naturally too with regular practice.
So, we'll see you in the next lesson with another interesting topic.
Until then, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep improving your English every single day.
See you soon on the Word Lab. Rock it on.